there, like so. So pulled apart the middle tunic of the eye, like so. So inside there, what do we see? We see the inner tunic. So there are three tunics, an outer, a middle, and an inner. The inner tunic of the eye is all this tan that you see in here, which is also quite vascular. See all the blue and red blood vessels? What's the tan inner tunic? That's the retina. The inner tunic of the eye is the retina. That's where the rods and cones are located. Okay, so rods and cones are the light-sensitive cells. They are the photoreceptor cells of the retina. So light reflects from an object, goes through the transparent cornea, goes through the transparent lens, goes through the transparent vitreous humor, and finally hits the retina. It's rods and cones in the retina. All right, but there's other stuff to go through. There's the aqueous humor to go through as well. The aqueous humor fills the space in front of the lens. The aqueous humor is between lens and cornea. Aqueous humor is an aqueous solution, mostly water. So what do we call this space between cornea and lens? This is the anterior cavity of the eye. What do we call the much larger space behind the lens? That's the posterior cavity of the eye, or the vitreous chamber, because it houses the vitreous humor, this transparent ball of jelly. Okay, so the aqueous humor fills the anterior cavity, and the anterior cavity is divided into two chambers. Here we have the iris. You know, this gray I mentioned is the iris. So between the iris and the cornea, we have what's called the anterior chamber, the anterior cavity. Between the iris and the lens is a narrower space, the posterior chamber of the anterior cavity. And aqueous humor is in both of those chambers. Are you recording me? Okay. So, what produces the aqueous humor? It's okay if you record me. I just don't want you playing